Hi, fellow entrepreneurs. I hope you had a nice day so far. You are welcome to another exciting edition of the SME Clinic. I remain your coach, Coach Alex Baba. The SME Clinic is a radio and TV show designed to expose the small and medium entrepreneur to all the tools, information, and hands-on experience needed to help them grow a great and profitable business. The clinic is a coaching program that provides business tips, answers to business-related issues, relevant information, and solutions to common business challenges. This then assists them to close knowledge gap, expand opportunities, know what to do, and have the right mindset to engage the market. In today's edition, we'll be airing another interview with another exciting and upcoming entrepreneur. We'll also be looking at how big businesses started under the Did You Know segment. For our business improvement tips, we'll be looking at the power, the benefit of using a testimonial list in your business. And then finally, we'll continue with our teaching on how to increase our conversion rates to make more profit for our business. Let's go on a short break. Remember, you can still follow us on our social media handles. You can drop your questions on the phone line that is provided on your screen. You are welcome back. You are still on the show, the SME Clinic, and this is our interview segment. I have with me this morning a wonderful business person, an entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur for that matter. Please, can the audience meet you? Can they know you and what you do?
Thank you so much. My name is Chinedu Nwofia, aka Mr. Great. I am the CEO of Great Match Limited. Great Match Limited is into food process and packaging also. Lately we launched our new business on supermarkets trading. Recently here in Papi, ultra-modern market. So,
okay.
Yes.
What kind of food are you processing?
Yeah, I have a brand called Better Oil.
Okay.
Yeah, Better Oil is the Nigerian-made oil, the red oil as we all know.
Okay.
Yeah, the view is to provide to the community what is edible to consume.
Okay.
So we rebrand and we package this unadulterated, purely red oil.
Okay.
And also other food products as well.
Okay.
Raw ginger, name it, that is locally sourced in Nigeria.
Okay, so you're into different packaged food stuff. The red oil is very important because there are lots of adulterated oil in the market today. People add all sorts of things to make profit.
Exactly.
But then that also may pose a challenge to you because theirs may be cheaper than yours. So how are you managing the market?
It's really a challenge for me. Because I would say it's a perfect competitive good, like perfect substitute, because you have this product almost everywhere. And just like you said, yes, most of our business enterprise, like the people, they try every other thing to make profit from out of this. And they tend to package this with anything they see. Some of them source their local packaging from the waste bin. You can and just with little or no treatment, they package this thing and sell to the public. And because they think it's affordable, they go for it. Now, and also not just talking about the other things they either try to do to make the quantity of this thing voluminous so that they make extra profit from it. So it's really a challenge because after you consider the cost of packaging, branding, and as well as putting this in a very good environment to produce to people, it kind of affects your price.
So what do you think can be done to help you? Because this is an unfair competition as it is. What do you think can be done, to help overcome this challenge of competing with inferior products?
Yeah, I think first of all, it has to come with awareness. Letting people know the benefit it is to consume what they eat. how to identify good products. Like, yeah, this is really nice and packaged. I think that's why the NAFDAC is there actually. Yeah, so they have also this awareness is like from the media, just like they're doing right now, trying to like go for the best products that are good, which I know everybody knows that. But I think more work has to come from the government from the NAFDAC perspective.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they can step into this, trying to checkmate what these people like, what people consume. It's really an important something. Yeah, sometimes we consume these things because think they're affordable, but really the effect on
they are injurious to the. Okay. So aside from what government can do in terms of the awareness, as a business person, as an entrepreneur, is there anything you can also do to educate the potential customers so that not only will they not buy from there and buy from you, but also their health and safety can be guaranteed?
Yeah, we do that every day.
Okay.
We do that every day by personal sales, communication, trying to let them know the benefits of what they're trying to consume.
Okay.
You understand? That's the least we can do by saying it out. Let them know. Like, yeah, most time we engage in personal sales, like one-on-one, and most of people be like, oh, that's really nice. Oh, you did something like this. We even had as far as even making this in little sachet, like red oil in little sachet, so that you can afford to get this thing.
Okay.
But I think the average Nigerian man is really used to, I'm sorry to, but then to that thing they think they can source from the market at a very, tiny price.
Yeah, you won't blame us. It's the price of, I'm sure your price is wonderful.
It's not.
Yeah, government probably, hopefully is listening, and other people, maybe non-governmental organizations and people who can do something listening to you. So rather than wishing, what exactly would you expect them to do to help overcome these challenges?
Let them look into the indirect tax the small business enterprises own.
Indirect tax.
The thing is not about owning a business, but it's about giving this business the environments to grow. You notice that you invested 1,000 naira in a business, but your running expenses up to 1,100. How long do you think you want to last in the business? And for entrepreneurs like us who are just trying to make ends meet, who finish school and want to grow ourselves, you find out that it's a really high challenge. Only the cost of running electricity alone
is humongous.
I'm telling you the truth.
Wow.
It's always like you don't have any government official coming to ask you how's your business growing.
How are you doing? Yes.
The people that comes to ask you that question is the power sector. What did they ask you? How are you using your light? Are you paying well for your light? Like, is your light? Are you sure you are consuming? Are you sure you are paying for what you are?
For what you consume.
It's not the good side anyways, but to
also know how to bill you and make their money.
And this is really. Now talk about cost of running electricity and the petrol gas. Another cost. Together.
There are so many issues that we can deal with, Mr. Great. I'm sure we'll be having you back on this program sometime soon to continue to talk. Part of the objective of this program is to expose the challenges we face as SMEs, so that the people that can do something about it will do, because SMEs constitute over 90% of the businesses run in this country. Over 40% of our GDP comes from the SME. And so we're the life wire of the economy. And if government pays a little more attention to SMEs, the economy is going to really reflect, and inflation will come down, because there'll be massive production and consumerism, and unemployment will be taken care of, and it will improve our naira. Exactly. So it has been nice talking with Mr. Nofia Chinedu, alias Mr. Great of Great Marge Limited. Thank you for coming on the program. Viewers, stay tuned. After the break, we'll be continuing with our program, the SME Clinic.
My name is Victor Olita, and I'm the CEO of Ajebo Farms Limited. And
what does Ajebo Farm do? It looks like Ajebota to me.
yeah, Ajebo Farms Limited is a rice production and processing firm. So we are into large-scale rice farming and also processing and sales of Nigerian rice.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how many metric ton capacity do you have?
Okay, so currently we have two systems running. One is 50 ton per day processing line, and the other one is 25 tons. So we have a combined capacity of a 75 ton per day milling line.
Wow, that sounds like a big setup.
Yeah, it is.
How long have you been in business?
Okay, we've been around for up to 4 years now, getting to 5 years actually.
Wow.
Yes.
Government has been talking about ways to reduce the unemployment in the market. So, your setup, how many employees do you have on the average?
Yeah, on the average, we have about say 30 to 40 employees. That's the permanent staff. Then we have also the casual staff and some people who just come around and for daily work. So in all, we should be talking about 50 staff.
Wow,
yes.
That is massive.
Yes.
So in the last 5 years that you have been in business, what have been your major challenges as an entrepreneur?
All right, so the major challenge for me, I'm speaking for myself now, and I know this cut across other entrepreneurs. What we've done, the challenge basically has been the issue of financing. You know, setting up is not easy. So finance has been a major challenge for the machines, for raw materials, and, you know, and also for transportation. So finance, and also the other thing we could talk about is the issue of power. Because we spend a lot of money in securing diesel and also paying the lights of which on the utility bills. So that's a lot of, you know, cost that is coming in, and not just the cost, the availability of power is also another thing. So sometimes we go for days without power, and they have to do alternative power source. So power is the major thing. And another thing in our environment here that we're having difficulty with is the road network, that's infrastructure. Because we get our paddy, our raw material from outside our location. So access road is a problem. So we're looking at how government can help us with finance, with stable power supply, and also with the access roads. Yes.
Wow, that's massive.
Yeah.
And I saw coming here, we had to pass through a lot of bad roads.
Yes.
Your factory is currently located in Bida. We're in Bida as we speak.
Niger State.
Is there any particular reason why you chose this location, closeness to raw materials?
Yeah.
Or?
Of course, yeah. The reason why we had to plant this here is because of the closeness to raw material. Because the Bida metropolis and the neighboring villages, they are well known for quality rice. And you know, Wushishi is around there, Badegi is around there, and some other, you know, villages that do rice production. So that's why we are here. And also, it's also close to the north, like Kelby State, Kanu, and other places. So that's why we have to come here so that we can have easy access to raw material.
That is wonderful.
Yes, sir.
The next question I would ask you, I've already answered partly.
Okay.
When you talked about what you want governments to do. So, do you have anything to shed more light on in 30 seconds? Of
course, yeah. What we want government to do is make access to funds easier for us. Because one thing they will always ask you to do is go and get a huge amount of collateral and all that. So if they can make it easier in terms of looking at your production, probably your cash flow, if you can bankroll some of these loans with our cash flow, and also since we are a production unit, we can become an off-taker in the sense that it will give us some certain leverage of having access to paddy. And since we are into production, our factory, even the product itself can be a collateral so that they can monitor the process of production and sales, and then they will know that they will recover their funds. If such a setup can be done, I think we can actually ease a lot of our burden and give us really a good standing or footing to stand. Yeah.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
You are still on the program, the SME Clinic, with Coach Alex Baba. In today's edition of the Did You Know segment, we shall be looking at great companies that started small. And today's focus is your popular drink, Coca-Cola. In the next 3 slides, I'm not going to do much of explaining. You will see how Coca-Cola started. Just a small company that produced syrup in a small pharmacy store somewhere, in the US. And how the initial person didn't have so much faith in his product. And a businessman invested in it. And today, Coca-Cola is a world-class business. Just watch your screen and see the slide. So that's it for the Did You Know segment today. Remember, think big, start small, and have an eye for opportunities like Mr. Candler. I shall be bringing you another exciting subject next week on this segment. Thanks for staying with us so far on the SME Clinic, and I still remain your host, Coach Alex Baba. In this segment, we'll be looking at how to increase your sale using the benefits and testimonial list. People generally want to know what is in it for them and, who have used your products and your services successfully. Once you tell them, come and buy this, come and buy that, there are so many, products in the market, so many competitive products. Now, how are we sure that your product can meet our needs and that other people have used it and they have something good to say about it? Survey has showed that having a good testimonial list increases your sale by more than 56%. So if you have a testimonial list that goes with the marketing your product or services, it helps people make positive decisions very, very, very fast. And how do we do that? On the slide on your screen, you will see that I'm not going to be talking much on the benefits list. We will address that, later in subsequent episodes. But for the testimonial list, you use to show customer that they are not the first to buy and that it's okay to say, yes, I want to buy your product because somebody else, has done that. This is different from adverts. This is having somebody who has used your product or your service and is testifying that this product or service is okay. It's a reassurance that their decisions, are not misplaced. Now, the quality of testimonials you have determines how much conviction the prospects will get to make a purchase and to make that purchase fast. To do that, you should be able to ask your current clients to give you a testimonial, whether it is written, whether it is audio, whether it is video. But in asking them to give you a testimonial, you need to give them a guide to be sure that they are giving you a testimonial that will meet your needs. So most possibly, you give them a sample of what you want them to say or to write so that it can meet the needs. And, there's some guidelines that you need to take into consideration in coming up with a testimonial. Is that, number one, it has to be addressed to you. Dear John, dear Mike, dear Rachel. It has to be addressed to you so that people will know. Number two, it has to touch where they were, where they are now, and what happened in between, and how your products and services helped them to make that transition. You should also mention your specific product or service that helped them. And very importantly, keep it short and simple. A 30-second, 45-second, 1-minute testimonial will go a long way to help. So ask your current clients to do you a testimonial and use those testimonials in your sales collateral, in your marketing collateral, so that it will hasten the decision of your prospects to make a purchase. But remember, you must tell whoever is giving you a testimonial that you are going to be using it in the public so that they are not embarrassed that their names are out there. That's it today on our BIT segment, Business Improvement Tips. You can leave your questions through one of any of our contacts as shown on your screen. Welcome back. This is still the SME Clinic, your SME show. I am still your host, Coach Alex Baba. We are now on the main teaching for the day. We have been looking at 5 proven ways to increase your business profit. Last edition, we looked at one of the chances, which is the lead generation. Benefits of those who are just joining us, what we have been considering in the last 2 episodes is how you can increase your customer base, how you can increase your turnover, how you can increase your profits by almost 61%. And we showed a chassis to prove that just having those 3 items as your objective will be akin to having a wish list. There are things you need to do to engage that process and ensure that you actually have more customers, more turnover, and more profit. And we showed the 5 proven ways you can do that. The first is the number of leads, which we considered in the last episode. In this episode, we are going to be looking at the second, which is the conversion rate. Just to remind us, you have on your screen there the figures. So you increase all of these processes by just 10%, what you are going to be achieving. Now let's look at the conversion rate. What's the conversion rate? It talks about the percentage of the leads or prospects that actually became your customer. If, for instance, 10 people know about your business and only 5 people patronized you and paid for your product or services, it means that your conversion rate is 5 all over 10, 50%. That means you converted 50% of your lead base. That presents a lot of opportunities for us as business people. It's not all the time you spend all the monies you have just printing flyers and flyers and flyers and doing adverts. How do you make these people who have come to know about your business come to patronize the business? That's what lead generation is all about. Now, people don't just patronize you because they saw your sign. People patronize you because there was a deliberate and intentional engagement that you had with them. So the whole idea is to get people to know, to like, to trust, and to try your products and services before they will buy, and even do more. After they know, after they trust, after they like, after they try your products, they can even now come back to buy more and also refer other people to buy. That is the essence of this teaching series that we are having. So from what we have seen so far, you discover that marketing is relational. Sales is relational. People want to know what you are giving to them. People want to be able to trust what you are giving to them. Okay, they are comfortable with that. People are ready to go to the next level of coming back to buy again and again, and then also refer other people. So there is a process you can use to achieve that conversion. You see it on your screen. It starts with awareness, then building of trust, then education, engagement, and then finally the conversion happens. So if you start with the awareness, that is the lead generation. How do people know what I have? And then how do they build trust in my in my product or my service? Now, how do I educate them on the benefits that they will get, the value that they will derive from patronizing? How do I engage with them to buy now? Do I have a simplified process of walking them through so that they make the purchase without much hassles? And then if all of that is in place, they are finally ready to buy my product. Now, I said earlier that the sales and marketing in today's world is relational. The future of marketing and sales is less about demand creation and more about organizing behavior. Somebody used a wonderful term, he called it relationology. So it's about relationship. It's not just about prospects and structures. You know, we'll talk about that more later. Now, how do I manage this process of awareness, trust, education, engagement, conversion? Also, we have over 80 strategies that will help us to achieve that. But for the sake of our time, we'll just take a few as displayed on your screen. Offer written guarantees, define your uniqueness, and all of that. These are things that you can easily do. And like we said last week when we were looking at the strategies for lead generation, just take a sheet, write out one or two that you want to apply, and apply it. And as you apply and discover one does not quite work well for your kind of business, switch to another one. You cannot exhaust the whole 12, in 3 months. But as you try it, you get to know the strategies that work well for you, and you will see it work, and you will know it is working because more traffic will be pounding at the doorstep of your business. Do also remember that all your publicity material follow the AIDA principle that we discussed in the first episode. You can get that in our YouTube channel. There's so much information to pass in such a short space of time. Like we said last week, we'll be organizing trainings every once in a while that will help us gain substantial knowledge on the subject matter. That's it for the teaching today. Till I come again your way again next week. You can leave your questions, and your comments on our social media handle. In this segment, we'll be taking questions from our previous edition. And the question we're taking today is, how do I get capital for my business? I have some tips there, some answers there on the screen. We won't bother to explain it. Just look at it and say the one that you can use. That's it for today's edition. I hope you got some useful tip and info to add value to your entrepreneurial activities. You can follow us on our social media platform handles and get ongoing information as you need it. Join me again next week as we continue with more exciting programs. This is your SME Clinic. Stay safe.